Hello and welcome back to Football Daily, where today we've created a squad of the weirdest and most wonderful transfers that took place this summer. Here we go. Goalkeeper, Rob Green. After leaving Huddersfield with 0 appearances on a free and becoming contractless last season, 38-year-old Rob Green was tempted to hang up his gloves for good. Looking for a club to host his 20th professional season and join Norwich, West Ham, QPR, Leeds and Huddersfield on his CV, he probably didn't expect to sign up for a deal with Chelsea and work under one of the most exciting coaches in Europe. But somehow that is exactly what's happened for the 12-capped Englishman, most remembered for that blunder versus the US in 2010. Realistically, Green joins the Blues as third-choice keeper behind the new signing Kepa and Willy Caballero, replacing Eduardo, who's been loaned out to Vitesse Arnhem. So, while he has another season ahead of him warming the bench, the Stamford Bridge sidelines are definitely going to be comfier than the Kirklees Stadium. Defender, Callum Chambers. Premier League newcomers Fulham have enjoyed a positive transfer window, keeping hold of Ryan Sessegnon and gaining the likes of Andre Schürrle, Alexander Mitrovic and Jean-Michel Seri with a total spend of over £100 million. The last-minute deal to take Callum Chambers from the Emirates for a season-long loan is no doubt a coup for the playoff winners, and a good chance for the 23-year-old to get some much-needed game time. However, looking through an Arsenal lens, and the move seems a little bizarre. Unai Emery has stated that Chambers does have a future as a gunner, but his move to Craven Cottage will be important in his development. However, reports have suggested that Mustafi, Holding and Mavropanos have all failed to impress Emery in pre-season, and with only Socrates coming in, it seems that Chambers could have been able to develop his game at home. Last season he notched up 12 games in the league, and will undoubtedly be given many more for the Cottagers. However, for Arsenal fans it's another frustrating move, as they see another young defender shafted before having a chance in his preferred position. And they can look forward to another season with Mustafi given far too much responsibility in a squad that is silently ageing. Defender, Leonardo Bonucci. Italian defender and 6-time Serie A champion Leonardo Bonucci made a shock return to Turin, just a year on from his switch to AC Milan. Having spent just one season at the San Siro, his £35.1 million move in 2017 hasn't proved the most effective, as he goes back to the Bianconeri in a swap deal with Gonzalo Higuain. This swap has seen journalists, fans and ex-players scratch their heads, as Juventus legend Dino Zoff, who admitted that the transfer was a shock to him, stated that back in his day a second chance at Juventus was impossible. But he praised Allegri for bringing Bonucci and sending Caldaro the opposite way in the same deal. It is reported that Bonucci has accepted a pay cut of an estimated €2 million to be reunited with the old lady, but is ready to continue working with Max Allegri, who admitted that while the sale of the young defender Caldaro was a disappointing loss, he is excited about a Bonucci comeback, stating that he is an important player and in 6 months he has not changed. Defender, Lucas Digne. 25-year-old Lucas Digne joined Barcelona from Paris Saint-Germain in 2016. With 21 international caps for France but only a standby position in the World Cup winning squad this summer, Digne's career potentially peaked too soon, as he won La Liga and Ligue 1 before slipping out of favour at the Nou Camp and into obscurity. His impressive CV couldn't attract the attention of Europe's elite 2 years on from his big move to Catalonia, and he settled for a move to the blue half of Merseyside this summer to reignite his career and get some much-needed game time for £18 million. The left-back, who also spent a year on loan at Roma, made just 46 appearances for the Blaugrana over the course of 2 years. And he has said that he is thrilled at the opportunity to play, win and excite Everton fans with attractive football this season. While we don't quite believe the idea that a 10-year-old Lucas Digne was watching Moyes' Everton finish 17th in 2003 and dreaming of a move to Goodison Park, the surprising move could prove to be an interesting one for Marco Silva's new look toffees.
Hold up, wait right there. Are you subscribed to Football Daily? No? Then click the red button down there and you won't regret it.
Midfield, Max Meyer. Next up in a midfield of weird signings is Crystal Palace's new recruit Max Meyer. The 22-year-old became the Eagles' third signing this summer as he joined for free on a 3-year contract. The German international started 21 games last season as Schalke finished runners-up in the Bundesliga behind Bayern. And the academy graduate has scored 22 and assisted 24 in 192 appearances for Dieppe. Having run down his contract with the German side, Meyer was struggling to attract suitors due to his high wage demands. And it's the South London side who have met his expectations, having offered him £80,000 per week more than anyone else on their roster. Before falling out with Schalke's hierarchy and seeing his time on the pitch suffer as contract talks went sour, Meyer proved himself to be a young prospect with clear quality. Making 4.3 tackles and interceptions per 90, 44 passes per game with an accuracy of 89%, Meyer will undeniably lift the calibre of Roy Hodgson's squad. Midfield, João Moutinho. While the addition of yet another Portuguese to Nuno Espirito Santo and Jorge Mendes' Wolves isn't the most shocking of the summer, a João Moutinho move to the West Midlands isn't quite what we expected for the Premier League newcomers. The 31-year-old Euro 2016 winner is third on the all-time list of Portugal cap holders, only behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Figo. And for £5 million, the signing has yet another example of the Mendes factor taking its toll at Molineux, where the starting lineup has as many Portuguese internationals as Porto. His teammate Diogo Jota has expressed excitement for a legend to join their ranks, having watched him on television growing up. While Conor Cody said that to get a chance to play with someone like that, train with them and learn from them is invaluable to the team. The three-time Liga NOS champion might be reaching the twilight of his career and the signing might be a little perplexing, but he will undeniably be useful for a side as they enter the Premier League in need of leaders and experience. Midfield, Arturo Vidal. The acquisition of Arturo Vidal to Barcelona has polarised opinion, with one half of the footballing world applauding the signing of a world-class midfielder and the other raising eyebrows at Barca spending €20 million on an injury-prone 31-year-old. Furthermore, for the second time in the window, the Blaugrana emerge as the villains after stealing Vidal from under the nose of Inter. Last season, Vidal missed 15 games for Bayern as he struggled to stay fit with a 4-month injury layoff, making the 3-year deal for the Chilean international look a little optimistic. Valverde has explained that Vidal is a direct replacement for Paulinho, who left Catalonia last season. 7 seasons in the Bundesliga, 4 in Serie A, 16 trophies, and having worked under the likes of Sampaoli, Guardiola, Ancelotti, Heinkes, Allegri and Conte means that he will be adding valuable experience into the squad. His future at the Nou Camp will rely on his fitness levels as his durability remains the main concern for Barcelona. Midfield, Andre Schürrle. The former World Cup winner returns to West London this season after Fulham surprisingly bagged his signature on a 2-year deal from Borussia Dortmund for an undisclosed fee. The World Cup winner will bring 18 months of Premier League experience and a league winner's medal into the Cottagers' dressing room. A real coup for Djukanovic as they need to build on the squad following last season's Championship playoff victory. In 2013 he joined Chelsea for £18 million after impressive campaigns with Mainz and then Bayer Leverkusen. As a Blue, he scored 11 in 44 league appearances, including a hat-trick versus Fulham, and he will not only offer experience but versatility, as he can be used as a centre-forward or on the wing. The 27-year-old's move to Craven Cottage was made all the more surprising considering reports that he claimed he was offered to Everton, Crystal Palace and Lazio. But the German has said that he's returned to London as Fulham were the first club that showed interest in me, and that was something I appreciated a lot and was one of the reasons I wanted to join. So maybe more clubs should be ditching the treat them mean to keep them keen angle and follow Fulham's upfront and eager approach. Forward, Malcolm. After Chelsea hijacked City's deal to bring Jorginho to the Etihad and Barcelona stole Malcolm from under Roma's nose, this window has been a proper battle in who could be the snakiest team in world football. The winger signed a deal to keep him at Barcelona till 2023 for €37 million, after it looked nailed on that he would be moving to Rome. The former Bordeaux star, who was linked with Arsenal in January, had made a verbal agreement with the Serie A side, and Roma fans had even gathered at the airport to welcome their new recruit. But Barcelona then swooped in the last minute, turning the head of the 21-year-old. However, it turned out that 2 weeks previously, Malcolm's agent had met with Barcelona, but at that time their top target was Chelsea's Willian. But Malcolm became all the more attractive when the Blues pushed the Brazilian's fee up by £25 million. So the 21-year-old became Barca's second Brazilian signing of the window along with Arthur from Grêmio and will be looking to replicate his Ligue 1 form, which saw him score 20 and set up 13 goals in just over 80 games. Forward, Gonzalo Higuain. The bizarre swap deal that has seen Gonzalo Higuain and Matteo Caldara head to AC Milan from Juve while Leonardo Bonucci goes the other way has gone somewhat under the radar. The Argentine international is initially moving to Milan for a season-long loan deal, costing Gattuso's side £16 million, with the permanent move set for next summer at £32 million. His spell at Juve has been very successful, winning a Serie A and Coppa Italia title in each of his 2 seasons and scoring 55 goals in 105 appearances for the club in all competitions, or 40 goals in 73 outings in the league. But Juve's huge acquisition of Cristiano Ronaldo has left the 30-year-old surplus to requirements, despite costing the Bianconeri €90 million just 2 years ago. Pushed out by the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, Higuain's surprise move to Milan has thrilled the Rossoneri faithful as thousands of fans greeted the striker at the airport. Higuain has sent his best wishes to Juve fans as his move across Italy has us struggling to keep up with the Serie A transfer merry-go-round. Forward, Danny Ings. Danny Ings' exit out of Merseyside was half expected this season, as the 26-year-old has only made 6 Premier League starts in the last 2 years, with Liverpool's strengthened squad blocking him even further from the starting 11 this season. Only 3 goals in a Liverpool shirt since joining in 2015 has been a woeful output for the striker, who notched up 32 for Burnley in the same time. His stats have dipped massively from 3.6 shots per 90 in 2013-14 to 0.5 last season. but somehow his stock hasn't been so damaged. Ings finalised a season-long loan deal to Southampton on deadline day to join the likes of Shane Long and Charlie Austin as underperforming strikers at St Mary's. Jurgen Klopp explained that he would be a massive loss at Liverpool despite only having started him 3 times last season, and stated that if you could bottle his character and spirit, you could sell it worldwide. If Ings can rebuild his career at Southampton, and at a surprisingly young 26 he still has some time, he could be an interesting addition on the South Coast. However, just a season-long loan move to a squad full of forwards attempting the same resurrection doesn't look so promising. So that was our XI of weird summer signing. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you've hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and while you're here, why don't you go check out ERU over on EuroFootball Daily. Thanks for watching.